In economics, a subsidy is a financial grant given by the government to producers. Its primary function is to lower production costs and correct market failure. For question 1, governments use these grants to target underconsumed merit goods, like healthcare, or products generating positive externalities. By lowering the price, the private sector is encouraged to produce more. This directly tackles underconsumption in a free market. Subsidies act as financial levers. Governments pull them to align the self-interest of the free market with broader social benefits. Question 2 asks us to map this mechanic for a specific industry, solar energy producers. This graph shows the baseline market. We map our standard axes for price and quantity, draw a downward-sloping demand curve, and an upward-sloping supply curve, meeting at the original equilibrium. Before we apply the subsidy, ask yourself which curve actually shifts. Because a producer subsidy reduces production costs, it changes the conditions of supply. The supply curve strictly shifts to the right, establishing a lower market price and a higher quantity traded. Question 3 applies this exact shift to electric cars, but changes the command word from draw to analyze. To earn the marks here, you have to write out the logic. You must state that the subsidy acts as a reduction in costs, which encourages firms to supply more, ultimately lowering the price and increasing trade volume. Drawing the graph proves you know the physical mechanic. Writing the analysis proves you understand the underlying economic logic driving it. Question 4 pushes us into evaluation. We must discuss whether subsidizing bus travel reduces pollution in a heavily congested area like India. In theory, lowering a transit provider's operating costs leads to cheaper bus tickets. Cheaper tickets should pull people away from private cars, reducing traffic volume and lowering overall emissions. However, profit-seeking transport firms might simply absorb the government funds to increase their own profit margins. If they do not pass the savings on to consumers, ticket prices stay exactly the same. There is also a massive opportunity cost. Every dollar spent subsidizing buses is a dollar taken away from other vital initiatives, like building schools or funding healthcare. If corporate compliance is low and opportunity costs are high, these market interventions become highly inefficient. Question 5 scales this up to an 8-mark evaluation on international trade. Can subsidies reduce a current account deficit? When domestic production costs drop, firms can lower their prices on the global market. This makes the country's exports more internationally competitive, increasing global demand and export revenue. But there are severe risks. Subsidized domestic firms often become reliant on government support and fail to innovate. Furthermore, other nations might view the subsidy as unfair competition and retaliate with strict tariffs, cutting off trade entirely. Subsidies are a powerful tool for boosting exports, but they carry a high risk of triggering global trade wars. Before you take your exam, lock in this final rule. A producer subsidy strictly reduces costs. That means it always shifts supply to the right, and it never impacts the demand curve. To support that journey further, connect with Fundoo Tutor for expert one-to-one guidance tailored to your child's learning needs. Mastering these logical bridges and algebraic shortcuts is what transforms a standard exam performance into an A-star result.